guys, it's Jean here and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you guys a quick and simple way to draw this cute chibi Sailor Moon on your iPad using Procreate. Now let's get right to it. Alright, let's open up Procreate. First, let's pick a canvas size. I'm going to use a square shaped canvas, going with this 4500 by 4500 pixels here. Now before we start, I want to point out that this tutorial is made easy because my chibi design is symmetrical, and Procreate has a very powerful tool to assist with this type of drawing. First, you want to go to the Actions icon under Canvas, turn on Drawing Guide, then tap Edit Drawing Guide. This will take you to the Drawing Guide screen. Tap the Symmetry button at the bottom of this screen. The vertical symmetry guide is shown by default at the center of your canvas. At the bottom, you can adjust the opacity and thickness of the guide. And the top slider lets you pick the color of your drawing guide. I'm gonna go with red. Sketching with a bright color will help when inking later, as we will turn down the opacity of the sketch layer, and I usually pick a bright pink color. For sketching, my favorite brush is in the Terra brush set, and I'm using this oval sketch brush. Starting with the head, draw an ellipse like so, and another one on the bottom for the body. You can see that your stroke on this side automatically gets reflected on the other side of the drawing guide. Next, draw two curves to position the eyes. Another one separating the body and the legs. Let's also add the outline for the arms. Gonna slim down the legs a little bit. Okay, let's add in some details. I just love how I'm basically doing half of the work with the Drawing Assist tool. Just basic shapes for the eyes, cute little mouth and ears. The band can start at the top here where the ellipse intersects with the guide. Don't forget the two buttons, or just one because we're doing it on one side. Anyway, that's the hair. Adding the outfit and the rest of the body, I'm keeping it real simple. Moving on to inking or line art. Let's first turn down the opacity of the sketch, and we want to be on a different layer. For this piece, I'm using a dark brown color for the line art. My go-to brush for inking is a technical pen from Procreate, which is right under inking. Please note that the Drawing Assist only stays on for the active layer, so let's turn it back on for our new layer. Select the layer and tap Drawing Assist. This step is pretty straightforward, but one thing I do want to mention. If you want to create a smooth line without much effort, you can go to your brush, tap on it, and increase the streamline. I usually set mine at about 80%. Alright, let's fast forward. Here I'm just going over the sketch, adding a few details, but still keeping it simple. Moving on to my favorite part, coloring. Let's turn off the sketch layer and create another layer for the colors. As mentioned in my previous tutorial, I like to use the selection tool when coloring my characters, and I usually start out with the skin area. I'm gonna create a selection for the skin areas, which covers the face, ears, neck, hands, and legs. If there is an area that we don't need, use the minus icon to remove it from our selection. Gonna save my selection here so I can come back and use it later on a different layer. I like to use the hard airbrush to color in my areas. With brush size on maximum, this part always feels so therapeutic. Actually, let's also turn on the drawing assist for this layer. Let's add in some shadows. I always keep my base colors and shadings separate, so I'm creating another layer. Here I'm using the technical pen to create that sharp edge for the shadows. And still having our selection active, I'm going in to add the nice little shadows on top to create a more 3D effect for our chibi. Next, we can color in the cheeks using a light pink color with the soft brush. For the eyes, we can go back to our save selection, hit invert to switch the active area. I can go ahead and color in the base, add some shadows, they still look dull now, but will turn out nice when we add in some highlights at the end. Moving on to the hair, same as before, let's create a selection first. Then add the base color and some nice shadings. At this point, it becomes pretty repetitive. I'm going to use the same steps that I did on the skin and hair and apply it to the outfit and the shoes. First, use the selection tool to create your drawing area. Fill in the area with the base color using the hard airbrush. Then, shade it in with a darker color using the technical pen. Please note that you can set up your layers however you like. Just make sure to keep the base color at the bottom, underneath the shadings and the highlights, with the line art layer on the very top. Almost done, let's add in some highlights. Using the technical pen in white, I'm adding small details to the hair, the cheeks, and the eyes to make your drawing pop out more. For the eyes, I'm gonna turn off the drawing assist and draw in the highlights on one eye first. Then, I can use the selection tool to copy and paste it to the other one. Use 3 fingers on the screen and slide it down to bring up the copy and paste window. And we are done with the highlights. I think I want to add something cute to the background for a better composition. maybe a few accessories. For these, I can actually use the drawing assist again to quickly create these shapes because they are also symmetrical. Using the blue node, we can relocate the drawing guide and adjust the rotation angle using the green node. I'm gonna start with this little bunny, real simple and easy. It's a little too big, so let's scale it down. Adding some other cute items. And how about the transformation pen? And maybe the crystal mirror down at the bottom. Actually, let's add some stars and half moons. Okay, I think that looks much better. Now to color these accessories, I will be using the color drop method. First, go up here to your color icon, pick the color you want on your shapes, and drop it inside the shapes. For simple shapes like these with just one solid color, we can easily use the color drop method without having to create selections. Gonna do that for the rest of these guys. Adding in some final highlights. Last but not least, I want to add something cute to make the background less empty. Let's first add a pink color. Erase the overlaps. Then, using the Alpha Lock option on your layer, go over it with this pattern brush. Alpha Lock gives you the ability to lock a layer's transparency, or alpha, meaning once you apply Alpha Lock on a layer, you will only be able to paint inside what already exists on that layer. Oops, let's erase these real quick. And we are done! I hope you found this tutorial helpful. Please note that this tutorial is only a guide to assist you with your drawing practice. Feel free to modify and adjust the drawing to your liking. There is really no right or wrong when it comes to art. Add some details, change up the colors, just be creative and have fun with it. And that wraps up today's tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more fun and helpful content. Let me know in the comment section below what you want to see me draw next. Thank you so much for stopping by. Take care, guys.